Goodness to you, it's Sporty King, and welcome to to Gift Friday. And I say goodness because I don't know whether you're watching morning, afternoon, or evening. But isn't it great to have good in front of your salutation? Again, welcome to Gift Friday. I created it because so often we hear people say TGIF. Thank God it's Friday. But I say, what allure does Friday have to the person who took their last breath on Thursday? So that's why I use what I learned through Psalm, Psalm 92 and 2. And that is, it is good to proclaim your unfailing love in the morning, your faithfulness in the evening. And what that does is allow me to use, instead of TGIF, thank God it's Friday, I use TGIT, thank God it's today. And then TGIT, thank God it's tonight, which also allows me to remind myself that it doesn't matter what's going on in your day, but the gift that you have to wake up and then get a chance to go to sleep and do it all over again tomorrow, that is a wonderful gift. So let's let that move us into Matthew 6 and 34. So don't worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will bring its own troubles, its own worries. Today's trouble is enough for today. That's Matthew 6 and 34, by the way. My bad. But see, darkness always comes before the light. So that gives us another way of looking at TGIF, and that is trusting God is free. Think about what it costs to to be blessed with the greatest gift of the day, waking up. Doesn't cost you a dime. Yet that still moves us to realizing that when we take the T in TGIF and move it from the front to the end, we find out what we really get to give God thanks for, and that is for today. Thus, Gift Friday is GIFT. God is for today. And it's the online sharing of one of my original poems or poetic messages or positive messages that you can use to share with someone and inspire audiences online or in person, as well as to inspire yourself. Each poem will then be my gift to you. So here you'll hear me read it and share this week's gift and maybe give you some tips on how to use it. Then you can click on, I'll post it on Facebook and in LinkedIn in the feed that you can click on and download. If you're on YouTube or on my website, you can drop a request in the comments and I'll email it to you. Meanwhile, today is International Women's Day, and it's the final Friday before daylight savings time. So I've chosen a poem that speaks to appreciation, women, and new beginnings, daylight savings. This week's poem is from my book, I Found Out I'm Living, an Affirmation of Life. It's actually the sequel to my base book, which is I Found Out I'm Dying, a celebration of life. So a celebration of life is about, I found out I'm dying, a celebration of life is about the fact that physically we're all dying from the day we're born. Get over it. You have to release the physical self, and then you will find out that you're living, because that's the affirmation of life. That's where once you've released the physical self, you will more inhale and embrace the spiritual self. And then you will really start to live. This poem today is called Your Name Came to Mind. Today, I took a moment to enjoy my life. Didn't map out any, didn't map, I'm sorry, let me restart. Today, I took a moment to enjoy my life. Didn't map it out too tough, made no guidelines to success, put no time limit on it, no expectations. I just enjoyed it, I must confess. Soaked in some sun, heard smiles, felt my name. My moment was a journey, an exchange. For as my spirit lifted to enjoy this higher plane, I found myself a child again. I just enjoyed it, I must exclaim. Didn't stop to worry about paying a bill, no responsibility, no aches and pains, really no time to kill. Today, I took a moment to enjoy my life. I looked around, counted each blessing I could find. Then I looked for the blessings I couldn't see, and your name came to mind. I've used this poem as an online greeting card to say, thank you. I miss you. Hope all is well. And my bet is that we're all getting better at saying these three clauses. Yet, what I want us to focus on are the three stanzas in the poem. The first is the opening line. Today, I took a moment to enjoy my life. Are you taking a moment? In fact, take three. As I learned through my good friend and stress mastery instructor guru, Dr. Heidi Hanna, the three steps to the brain recharge process, and that is BFF, not best friends for life, but breathing, feeling, and focusing, which is taking the time to optimize energy and information flow to the brain. Your goal is to calm, cue, and control the brain. Breathing tells your heart to think about what you're feeling and recognize that no emotion is wrong. And then focus on your breathing to take care of the feeling. Now, you need 5 to 10 minutes, 2 to 3 times a day to recharge your brain and process the positive experiences of your day. Though it's important to recharge your brain, the length of time depends upon your individual needs. So even though the formula says 5 to 10 minutes, if you've only got three, that's what's more important, is that you try to get it in 2 or 3 times a day. And don't beat yourself up if you can't get in 2 or 3, get into one. But recognize that you do have the need to recharge your brain. The next stanza that's important is soaked in some sun, heard smiles, felt my name. You see, I want you to let your imagination flow and do what I call reassign your senses. In other words, don't see a smile, hear it. Have you ever looked at a picture? Don't hear your name, feel it. Remember holding your breath, hoping your name would be called to win something or get a chance to do something? And then that last stanza is a wonderful reminder that we are surrounded with blessings in a world committed to complaints. I remember getting my car repossession experience. After they came and took what I call their car, I went inside, sat on my couch, pointed to my stereo, my curtains, my TV, and my material possessions that brought me joy. And even as I did that, some had stories of who gave them to me or who helped me choose them. Let me go back and restate that. As as they took their car, I went and sat and pointed to my stereo, my curtains, my TV, my couch, and other material possessions that brought me joy. And even as I did that, some people had stories of who gave them to me or helped me to choose them. So ask yourself, are you a part of that story for someone? Today I posted a meme that said, don't support people's fears, expand their imagination to overcome them. And the commentary says, someone who's afraid is already reciting enough stuff in their mind to keep themselves down and away from making a move toward victory. There are times where your empathy must clearly outshine any trace of sympathy so that your support can help clear their path. In other words, be a part of the story of faith for someone. As you take a moment to think of them, hear them smile, feel them say your name. Think also about what you can possibly do with today's gift poem. As I said, you can download it and send it as an online card to say, thank you. I miss you. Hope all is well. For as it says in the next stanza, I looked around, counted each blessing I could find. Then I looked for blessings I couldn't see, and your name came to mind. Use this message to remind yourself of your impact on the many lives you touch, seen and unseen. The gift of life that reminds us to say TGIT, thank God it's today, and TGIT, thank God it's tonight, with every turn of the page. Enjoy your gift. Think about how you can share it. Remember, if you like a copy, I'll post it on Facebook and LinkedIn after the broadcast. If you're watching on YouTube or sportyking.com, please request it in the comment thread. And if you like a copy of the book, that's available at sportyking.com. And remember, God is for today. Have a safe and savvy weekend, and as many weekends as God allows you and gifts you to have. So though normally this is not my very interactive day, I want to just definitely say my shout outs and hey, and say what's going on, my spiritual big sister. What's going on, Marsha? Thank you so much, the jazz pacemaker. I know you're here, and that's the key, is always be there. And that's why I say thank you. Your name came to mind. And yes, happy Women's History Month as well. Happy International Women's Day, a part of Happy Women's History Month. And remember, I'm glad we got that going on there, Marsha, because I always like to remind people, do not allow a man-made calendar to restrict your celebration of those you love and the events you love. So yes, isn't it always Women's History Month? Isn't it always Black History Month, Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, Father's Day, and on and on and on? Let the calendar remind you that these days are there to be celebrated, but then stretch that calendar out and celebrate them all year. Think of the special thing, the special attention you give to certain people on those celebratory calendar days. Why turn that on and off? Why not love them all year? Why not appreciate them all year and every day? I certainly appreciate you all year and every day. So have a wonderfully safe weekend. God bless you. And I'll see you next week on Gift Friday. I'm Sporty King. Ciao.